Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Sydney here today, and I am so excited. Oh my gosh. So we are on our third and final tiny home. I hope you have been enjoying this little kind of mini-series, I guess. I don't know if you would call it a mini-series. It's just I post my challenge videos every week on this day. So I did just a whole bunch of tiny homes in a row. So we had 3 tiny homes in a row, and I hope you liked it. And maybe I'll do a 4th next week. Who knows? It's my channel. I can post what I want when I want. Oh, wow. Did that sound bad? I don't know. Maybe it did. But anyways, we are on to our 3rd tiny home. Today it is the 4x4 cabin in the woods. And let me tell you, this one was a doozy. It was the hardest out of all the well, I guess I've only done 2 other ones, but out of the 3, this one was the hardest to do, but I love how it turned out. Right now, not so much. I was trying to go for this really rustic wooden cabin in the woods kind of feeling. We do end up changing the interior and a little bit of the exterior because, well, it just wasn't working out like that. But I do really love the end game of this house. I love the colors of it and everything like that. We use a lot of Salvadorada pieces and laundry day. So personally, when I uploaded this to the gallery, I did notice that there was quite a handful of packs used, which is my own dilemma. I have an issue. I use a lot of stuff packs, expansion packs, game packs when I build houses. I am just lucky enough to have all of them, so I use all of them. And then when it comes to other people to download them, they can't because there's too many. Now, I'm not going to say there's obviously not like all of them in use because it's a 4x4 house. There's only so many that I could have used. But there was a fair bit used, I have to say. Personally, though, if you were to download this, I would say Outdoor Retreat, Jungle Adventure, and Laundry Day were probably the most used. I did use a Parenthood bed, so aesthetic reasons, I guess that bed would work the best. But I think all in all, if you had those handful of packs, you would be okay. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where all the other extra items came from. I did do a lot of landscaping and decorating outside, which we will see once we're done with the interior building, which I do really love. I don't know. Everything about this house I am in love with. Like, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but at first I hated it. And okay, let me tell you this. This one was definitely my least favorite when I originally built them, because I did build all 3 in a row because I was just in a building mode. I was in a building mode, so I was just doing a lot of building. And so originally this one was my least favorite because I had the most issue getting colors figured out and style figured out. But I think now, looking back and watching them again while I'm doing like the voiceovers and just like looking at photos again and getting feedback, I think this one might be my favorite. But wait for it, interior wise, I think, yeah, I definitely love the interior and the color scheme and all that kind of stuff of this house the most. But exterior wise of the house, I liked my modern house the most, the 6x6. I like the exterior, that one the most. But then if we go back to landscaping, I like the landscaping of this house the most. So like 2 out of 3, I feel like I would give it my favorite. Though my traditional house, I loved everything about that. My little 5x5. So that one's a 3 out of 3. But I did really like the modern. I don't know. I really liked all of them. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, where the heck have you been? And definitely go check out those other videos. There will be a playlist linked at the end of this video where you can check out all of my challenge videos, and those will be in there. I love it. I love this house. I think it turned out great. It did take me, like I said, the longest probably to get the layout and style and all that kind of stuff figured out. But once I had it figured out, it was definitely my favorite. I think the hardest thing for me was using so many Salvadorada pieces, or Jungle Adventure pieces, I guess, because I have been building so much with those pieces lately that I feel like I need to use other ones. Like, I use the Jungle Adventure pack in, like, every house. It's an issue. I'm kind of working on it, kind of not really. I just really like the items. Jungle Adventure, Bowling Stuff Pack, those two are my favorite. I have to say, for build items, like, those get me. Like, I use them way too much every time, all the time. I don't know what it is. So, like, in my last video, okay, start over, rewind. In my 6x6, we saw someone walking around, checking out the house, making sure it was working, and then we readjusted things. In my 5x5, I didn't have that because there wasn't any issues with the house. In this house, I did bring a sim in. She tested it. My video did not record it, so we did rearrange some things and delete some things, but you don't get to see that other than in the screenshots because, well, I didn't record it. That's my fault. I'm sorry, but it happens. But everything does work in the end, in the screenshots, all that kind of stuff. It is in workable condition. And if you would like to check it out and test it out yourself, you can find it on the gallery under ofmisfitplays. And yeah, I would love for you guys to check it out. I would love to know your feedback, any comments or suggestions. And if you wanted to see me do something tinier, possibly let me know, because I would be down to be doing like a 3x3. I have ideas for one, honestly, so maybe next week you'll see a 3x3, because I do have some ideas floating in my head that I would really, really, really like to check out and try out and do. So it's quite possible next week you'll see a 3x3. I don't know if I'll commit to it yet or do it yet, but it's possibly in the horizons. Anyways, there's not much left to this video. I'm just adding a lot of clutter, which in this house, since it's so tiny, I feel like I probably added too much clutter, but heck, each their own. Anyways, we're about to come up on, well, we're going to have to do some landscaping, and then we're going to come up on the screenshots. So I'm actually going to let you guys go. It's just going to be a whole bunch of me planting some plants and doing some terrain paint. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all again next time. Bye.
We gon' be okay, we gon' be alright. 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 Must have been 2:11 when the world ended. At least it felt like it at the time. Teenage years make a heartbreak worse. Plus a lot was going on, couldn't stop it at the time. Dad tried to flip the house. Funny that it all ended upside down. Known for being optimistic, started feeling different. Couldn't fix it, started writing lyrics, all because nobody tried to hear it. Around the same time, hooked to the nicotine. Music and the smoke were synonymous to me, it seemed. Paid prices through devices, both sides. Obsessed with a vision, I knew I could make mine. I knew it would take time, I knew they would outshine. Thought it was just music, didn't know that they would take sides. Freestyle at the party, they said turn it down. Sorry, was I talking over what you're gossiping about? Small town with dreams that didn't involve skis. Looking at me like a weirdo, outside of the scene. Stuck to my friends, stopped fucking with fair weather. But the maple showers brought out the Mayweather. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I couldn't stop. Wasn't slowing down, even when my fourth tape dropped. Around the time I was drunk most my freshman year. Was so focused on my craft that my grades got weird.